Hi all, and welcome to my channel, Fred Makes Things. This is going to be an unboxing and review video of this embroidery craft kit. I picked this up at ALDI, I think for $6.99 about a month or so ago. I've already done one video about a different craft kit that they had. When I was there, they had, I think, 4 or 6 kits. They had an embroidery kit, they had a macrame kit, a dream catcher, painted rocks, and after that I don't remember if there were more or not. It's been a bit. So anyway, today I thought I would unbox this, attempt to make something, and then give you my review. Yeah, I haven't done embroidery before, but I have done a couple of cross stitch pieces. I've done plastic canvas. I sew, so I think that embroidery should be fine for me. So it looks like this includes a 24-page book and everything you need to create one hoop embroidery project inside. So on the back it says it contains a 15-centimeter hoop, 2 squares of fabric, 2 needles, 6 shades of embroidery thread, 5 patterns, and a 24-page book. So let's open her up and see what's inside. All I've done is take the plastic off so that I can open this a bit easier. But I haven't looked inside yet. Wrong. All right. Useless piece of cardboard. Oh, that held the needles. Oh, see if I'd opened it up the right way, it would have come out, I guess, like this. Anyway, so here's the embroidery thread. Pretty interesting colors. It's interesting that I have 5 pieces of floss and 3 of them are green. So 3 of them are green, 2 of them are in the pink red family, and then we have an orange, yellow orange. The embroidery hoop, that's like a soft pink color. I'm guessing these are the patterns. And the book. Oh, and the thread, and the needles. Okay, let's see what the book looks like. Yeah. All right. So the macrame book started off with like an explanation of what macrame was, and then like getting started, tips and tricks, things like that. And it looks like this one is laid out the exact same way. Different techniques, getting started, explaining what embroidery is. Tools you're going to need, even though it says has everything you need. Apparently it doesn't. Embroidery scissors. I don't have embroidery scissors, but I do have some small sharp scissors. Fabric shears, I have those. A needle minder. I don't know what a needle minder is. They work by sandwiching your fabric or project between the minder face and the magnet back. Okay, so the needle can be held on the minder for safekeeping. Sure. And fabric glue, I have that. Then we have stitching techniques. I'll read over that later when I prepare. Before I begin. Yep, tips and tricks. And then projects. So we've got the floral burst hoop, evening blooms hoop, bird brooch, market today tote bag, and all you need is love banner. Oh, that's cute. And then information about the author, who is Amanda Bride. Hey, born and raised in Canada. I'm born and raised in Canada. But she lives in Australia. She abandoned Canada for Australia. Anyway, so I will look this over and decide which project I'm going to make in a minute. The needles are pretty straightforward. I won't unbox those. But I will open up this and see what this looks like. All right, so these are just like simple. Are they transferred? I don't know. Market day tote. All you need is love. Bird. Floral burst hoop. Evening blooms hoop. And then we have like a burlappy beige kind of color, and we have a black kind of color. Then we have the embroidery hoop, and then again, I won't open these yet, but we have these. So I'm going to take a look at the different projects, read about how to do them, and then I will come back and chat with you about which one I think I'm going to do. I'm going to film the entire process, maybe enter snippets of it into this video, but most likely do a time lapse. And then at the very end of this video, I'll do a review. So, multi-part thing today. Exciting times. All right, I'll be back to chat with you soon. Okay, I'm already back because I am a bit annoyed already with this book. So, like, getting started, it's like, how do I transfer this pattern over or something, right? Like, say I want to use, I was thinking of doing the black, like the evening blossoms hoop. This one, right? But then I'm looking and it's like evening blossoms pattern, right? You get that. Black cotton fabric, you get that. The embroidery hoop, the embroidery needle, you have those, right? They warned you need fabric scissors. But then they're like, also you're gonna need these colors that don't come in this hoop, right? Like you need snowy white, dark forest, Hunter, Moss, and Carnation. But when you look, there's no white, right? Like I have a pink, so that'll be fine, right? And I have a bunch of different greens, so that will be fine, but I don't have white. Like how am I supposed to make this following like their tutorial if I don't have anything white to show? Right? And then they're also like, you need a transfer pen or some way of getting like your transfer onto, or your pattern onto the black fabric, right? And here they're saying use like a light box or something, right? But who has that, right? Use a light box or like tape it to your window and hope that that works. Like, that's, or use transfer paper, right? And trace it and stuff. But on the front of the box, it says, includes a 24-page book and everything you need to create one hoop embroidery project inside. Maybe the other, like maybe I can't do the Evening Blossoms hoop. I'm gonna have to do this one, the Floral Burst pattern. I have the cream cotton. I don't have the cream cotton fabric, right? I have this beige fabric, embroidery hoop, embroidery needle. Yep. Stranded cotton in the following colors: green, fern, dark moss, dark curl, light peach, mustard. So yeah, those would probably be these 5 colors. So I have the colors for it, which is great. I don't have the white though. Like I don't have the white fabric. I have beige fabric. Right? Like what's this beige fabric for? The bird maybe? Bird brooch pattern. Yeah, I have that. I have the hoop, the needle. I can get the scissors. Piece of cream or white cotton fabric. Don't have that. Following colors: steel gray, denim, ocean, mint, emerald, salmon, apricot. Don't really have any of those. White felt for brooch backing. Don't have that. Brooch pin back. Don't have that. Fabric glue, they warned you about. The Market Day tote. I don't have a tote bag. All you need is love banner. Don't have the enough fabric for that. Wait, how big does it need to be? Yeah, 40 by 32 inch piece of cream calico cotton fabric. So I don't have that. So, like, I had planned on doing just the pieces of, like, just a project from in this book. And I don't have all of anything for any specific project. The closest thing I have is this floral burst hoop, right? Like I could probably, like I could get away with using this beige fabric, I think. Like, I don't know, will the colors pop on this? Not really. Could I use the black? Yeah, the black would look nice, but then it's not the same. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what color I'm going to use yet. I guess your guess will be as good as mine. Actually, you'll have a better guess because you're going to see me attempt to make it and then come back and review. But as it is right now, at this very moment in time, I do not feel like continuing with this project. So What will be seconds for you will, who knows how long, will be for me. All right, I'll check back in again at some point in the future. Chat again soon. All right, before I disappear, I'm just going to say I stopped working on August's long-term project, September's long-term project, to take a break and take a look at this floral burst hoop. Or sorry, to take a look at this embroidery stuff. And I was like, yeah, I can take a break from that. Like I'm going pretty well. I only have 4 more things to do. Actually, you're here. I might as well show you. I'm working on this Extreme Stickering Unicorn Edition. So I thought this would be kind of a fun break. I haven't done any sticker by numbers or anything in a while. So that's the next project. Yay. So I was going to take a break and do this because I figured, ooh, embroidery might be relaxing, but now I'm frustrated and angry and I'm going to go back to doing the extreme stickering. So yeah, I'm going to pack all of this up and I will chat again soon. Bye. Okay, I'm back. As you can see, I have the finished project in front of me. It's been about a week, I want to say, since I started this. The day that I filmed my unboxing and initial reaction and project planning. Then I left it for a few days, came back and started working on the very first project in the book. My first day was the red and the green, except for these little flowers here. So I did these big flowers and all of the greenery. And then my next time that I came back, the next day, or it was a couple days later, but anyway, I did all of the yellow detailing, filled in these flowers, and did all of the French knots. So here it is finished. Sorry about the lighting. The light that I usually use to film is occupied on another project and I'm too lazy to go get it. Yeah, so yeah. Ignore the purple that you can see, like here and here. I used my fabric marking pen, so it'll eventually fade, or when I wash it, it'll come right out. If I wash it. Maybe I'll hand wash it. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. For a first attempt, I'm pretty okay with it. The instructions are fairly clear. Like, it starts off with saying like the added materials that you need, and then it talks about how to get things into the hoop, how to transfer patterns. I have a light board that I could have used, but it's packed. So what I did is I just turned my laptop screen up really bright and put it on the white board app and traced it that way. Then it's like talking about the different materials. Talks like it breaks everything down for you. And then it goes into the stitching techniques, which I found to be pretty helpful. And then it launches into the patterns. So this was the pattern that I did first. I don't have the colors that they say, right? She called for a stranded cotton thread in the following colors. So like these were supposed to be softer, some of the greens were supposed to be brighter, right? So here's the sample and here's what it looked like. So it's not terribly off, but like all of the green was supposed to be like deeper. Yeah, and so then it kind of goes through how to do everything. I misread it and did a few things wrong. Like I didn't do these stitches properly, and things like that. And then it goes into getting like into, I think, more and more harder projects. I do plan on doing more of these projects in the future. But for now, it's just going to be this one. And now let's just talk about kind of my thoughts on this. So this is what I have left over from the project. I don't have any red left. I was like eking out the red on here. I have quite a bit of green because I have 3 different greens. I have quite a bit of this mustardy yellow, and I have a bit of the pink left. And then those are the embroidery needles. I'm using the sandwich bags I got in the cat lady box. So yeah. My biggest complaint is that it feels like this book was written well thought out, really well written. Like, I do enjoy this book. I like the instructions in it and everything. Like, she says like how many threads per thing that you use, and I understood what she was talking about, but I don't think they included the right kind of embroidery floss that she was thinking of. So in the past, like when I was doing cross stitch, I have like embroidery floss like this, right, where you can see how easily it is to pull apart the threads. So you get like 6 different threads in here, right? So you can pull it apart and determine thicknesses, right? And so we should be like, oh, with a single thread, with a double thread, right? Or 3 or 4 threads or whatever. So you could kind of build up your thicknesses. But with this stuff, it feels like it's too thin. Like it's thinner than this one by quite a bit. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's thinner. The threads aren't as easy to pull apart. And when they do pull apart, they're a lot thinner. Like if you stitch with just one of these threads, that's really, really fine, right? So I don't know. So I thought, oh, maybe you don't pull it apart. Maybe you stitch with it just full on. But this is what happens when you stitch full on, is you get too much thread coming out. It's too bulky. It's too thick. Right? Like this is a single line of thread. This is a double line. This is a double line. This is a double line too. She called for 4 threads of 2 different colors in here, and it didn't work. I had to cut back and do 2 threads, or 1 thread of 2 colors, 1 thread each of 2 colors to get that modeling look, right? This is a single, or this is a double thread, I think, or a single. This is a single, right? This is 3 wound together. So yeah, I think that if I had like embroidery thread like this, I'd have been able to pull it apart and make it make more sense. But because I had such a finer thread, I didn't, and I think that was my biggest problem. I do not fault the author for that. I fault the people who put the thread in the kit. It's like they kind of just cheaped out a bit on it, which makes sense. The kit is $6.99. And like if you look at, where is it? Like if you look at photos of the sample thread, right, it looks like it's more like this stuff than what they gave me, All right, another photo of sample thread that she's discussing. Right? Like, it's nicer, thicker embroidery thread. So that's my biggest complaint. Yeah. So, okay, would I buy this kit again? Who would I buy this kit for? Things like that. So as far as my memory can tell me, this is a $6.99 kit. In it, you get the embroidery hoop, 2 pieces of fabric, 5 or 6 different colors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 different colors, 2 needles, and the book. Oh, and the patterns, right? You have the patterns for all of these guys too. And for $6.99, I think that's a pretty good deal. The book is really, really helpful. It's really nice. It breaks things down quite easily. It would just be better with a different type of thread. Okay, who would this be good for? I would say it would be good for teenagers, young adults, and on. Maybe preteens as well. 11, 12-year-olds could probably follow this book too. I'm just thinking about my own 11 and 12-year-old self and how I was gifted different craft kits, and for the most part I could follow along with them. The only one I had a hard time with was my first dream catcher, and it was because it required a lot more beading and patience than I had at the time. But anyway, yeah, so for $6.99, understand the limitations of it. Maybe work with the thread, but only do like double what the author says. So if they say use 1 strand, maybe use 2 strands. If they say use 4 strands, maybe use 8 strands, things like that. And then the thread would go by a lot farther. Like this is 2 strands. Right, and that's kind of comparable to a single strand on this one. There's a single strand of this and a double strand of this. So yeah, I'm going to stop babbling now. Did you get this kit? Have you gotten other embroidery kits you think I should try out? What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if I do more projects, I might do an update on here, but I'll most likely post on Instagram. I think that's what I'm going to start doing more, trying to use Instagram more. Anyway, yeah, do the likes and the subscribing if you like, all that jazz, and yeah, I'll chat again with you soon. Bye.